thanks a lot, Susmit, for joining us at the Polygon Hacker House. It was a great session. I just want to start off with a couple of questions. Right? So, how did you get into the Web3 ecosystem?
Yeah.
What's your journey been like?
Yeah, so I was like having a computer since my childhood days. So, and so when I was in my first year college, I used to do competitive programming a lot. And it is then like I realized like it's so full, right? I'm competing with my pals just to prove that I'm better than you and all of those things. So it made no sense to me. So then I started like exploring more about open source programming and all of those things. So at that time, like earning in open source programming was quite difficult and all of those things. But I liked because in open source programming, you can see like people having this 20 years of experience are teaching you, and they don't want anything in return, right? So and all of those things. Stumbling on that, I stumbled on Bitcoin, right? And then I was see that I was able to fork Bitcoin because it was an open source. So you is like you can build. Oh, you have this Bitcoin, you can make your own coin. So that was my inflection point, and then I started to realize how powerful it is, right? These things and all of those things. Then so I involved more into a community. Ethereum was a relatively new project out there, so I started having this ERC20 standard, ERC721 standard. We made this crypto Pokemon, but didn't release because of the IP fear and all of those things. And yep, then I had like I made a decentralized exchange, so it was relatively new. It was in my college year only, third year. So I was doing a startup.
What year was this in?
It was 2018. So I started doing this startup. These are decentralized exchange, which went pretty much well. And but the Indians, it was a lot of uncertainty at that point of time. So I took an exit. I got acquired with CoinDCX. Then at CoinDCX, I was there for a year. I led a lot of projects there. And then in one of the hackathon, I started the Huddle idea, and now we are here.
Awesome. So, can you explain more about how did you realize the Huddle needs to be there and what problem is it solving?
Yeah, so it was one of the hackathons, and me and Ayush were just casually doing the hackathon.
What hackathon is this?
It was HackFS.
HackFS.
Yeah, and so we were, and it was a year-long hackathon, and we had spent like 20 days and we had nothing to work on, and we were just thinking on an idea. So having this previous experience, I was pretty much clear to Ayush that we are not making any TPS kind of stuff and all of our scalability stuff, because I had made this technology and people don't usually understand. So we want a thing that actually solves a utility, right? A massive utility. So we were just okay, we'll think in that direction. And then we were like, oh, it's in front of us. Like people are propagating knowledge of Web3 in a very Web2 way. They're using Zoom. Then we started hacking on this idea. Then we like integrated this peer-to-peer protocol we hacked, and then we found how infeasible they are. Then we found the massive problem that it is lying, and the people were not able to identify problem because it's working well from them, right? So I told you, like, if something works well, people think there's no problem, but if we explore, there's a lot of problem. So we see, oh, if we convert this top-down system and the massive value that they have, with crypto economics, we can bring this value to the user itself and make this bottom-up system. And the bottom-up system, it's a positive sum game, right? The people contribute value, they can derive more value out of it. So that's where we found this idea very out there, and we saw that live stream, LivePeer have actually decentralized this live streaming technology. Helium has decentralized this IoT technology. So we were on path to decentralize this WebRTC technology.
So what were some challenges that you faced when you were building the decentralized communications layer, right?
Yeah, so when we were in hackathons, we were like seeing all ideas out there. So I'm an open source programmer, so I like literally tried everything, Jitsi to every SFUs out there and all of those things. I even tried peer-to-peer protocol. So first we thought, okay, LivePeer is there, we can integrate that. But then we found that LivePeer is one to many, and it is only one direction. We want many to many and bi-directional communication out there. And then we want it to be Web3, right? We don't want to again build. So we designed Jitsi and all of those things. So figuring this out took a lot of time. And then you want to have this scalability, and you want to solve this user experience. Like user don't even realize that they're using a Web3 product. It has to be so seamless. So getting that experience to be top notch, and it has to be better than Zoom, the experience itself. If experience is better, you can make technology better. Technology better, it attracts everything. So this is the challenging part out there.
And what would be your advice to everybody who's starting in the Web3 space, to the fellows at the Polygon Hacker House, anybody who takes part in Deaffolio hackathons.
Yeah, so the first phase, don't get demotivated when the cycle goes down. Bear market, that's the best part. You'll attract a lot of talent and all of those things. And don't get deviated in bull market, right? There's a lot of like shiny things that happens and all of those things. So you have to like strategically take bets on the stuff that you're actually building. And then you need to intrinsically make community around that. And then you like have this active customer interview so that you provide value to your community out there. So think in terms how your stuff provides value to the community itself.
Awesome.
And how you can grow this community.
Awesome. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
It was a great session.
Yeah.
Great talking to
Yeah,
you.
same here.
We also have a gift
thank you.
for you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.